Hi friend, welcome to Locust Street Cottage. Oh my gosh, the other day we dealt with some Bundemonium. I'll tell you all about it. Let's go! So 5 or 6 days ago, Calico went missing, and as you know, I let the bunnies run in the yard and I check them every morning and I check them every night, but she was gone, and I thought, oh, that's okay, because sometimes I don't find her first thing in the morning, but I'll check a little later, and then I see her. Callie, why are you in bunny jail? What do you have to say for yourself? Petunia, you can't be the star of the show. So what Miss Callie decided to do was go outside the yard, out in the front yard, and she was just kind of running around out like in the whatever area, where the common area or the city area between our fence and the street. I went out and I chased her around a little bit, and she just didn't want to come back, and so I'd go out a little bit later and try to chase her back again, and of course I had to lock the dogs up each time, and I would get her close to the fence, and then she would just kind of like do her bunny thing and run the other direction. Also, I need to mention that I have garlic scapes, and I've never had garlic scapes, so I am super excited. I will be harvesting these today or tomorrow, and I see pad thai in my future. Oh, this guy's sad. I think he just needs a drink. Also, if you look carefully over here, Flower is over here. He's my best bunny. He never leaves the yard. Flower, you're just the best bunny. Oh, you hear that dog? Is that your hidey spot? Is it nice and cool in there? This bed over here I'm preparing to be cleaned out because I have a bunch of tomatoes to put in there, and there was nothing planted out here. This is kind of far away from the house. Like, there's the back of the house way over there. So I kind of forget about this stuff back here. Even when my husband comes out to do the chickens, he's not the gardener, so. So for 3 days, Calico was on the lamb. And every day I would get up in the morning, come out to porch sit, and she would be sitting right by the fence as if she wanted in. But then when I went out there to open the fence, she'd run off like a maniac. One day my neighbor sent me a message on Facebook and said, hey, I think your bunny's over here. So I went over to my neighbor's house several times over the course of the next 2 days, and I could never find Calico. I didn't know what to do. I thought, oh no, like I've just lost my doe, and surely she'll come home when she gets hungry. These peas are about done. Oh my gosh, I need to tell you. So you see this wall right here? This is our west facing wall. So as you can imagine, it gets really warm. Here's the little greenhouse. And the husband really liked the Cucuzzi gourd that I have growing over there. I'll show you in a second. And he wants Cucuzzi growing all over this wall. So I'm potting up my Cucuzzi. I've got 3 more of them. And he's gonna run trellis all along this wall. And it's just gonna be covered in gourd. Hopefully that'll help cool down the house. Here's the Cucuzzi gourd that we have climbing up this trellis, and we're gonna put a pergola right there, probably next month. They grow really fast. The husband's been impressed, so we will put some more up. But back to the Calico story. So thankfully, there was another neighbor that was even further down that saw Calico, and my neighbor saw Calico, and they came over and said, oh, help, we'll help you get your bunny. So I took my daughter out, so between 4 adults, we managed to wrangle Calico, and you saw she's back in her little bunny jail. And she's thin, so I don't know what she was thinking, because all the good food's back there. But now that all the bunnies are safe, here's a little update. There's a lot of kale, so I'm not really enjoying kale this year, and I'm not sure why, but I am eating up that chard right there. Had to take a break for the train and the plane. You probably can't see it, but right here at the end of this street, it's kind of like a dead end. There's a train track, and then there's buildings back there that back up to that, so it doesn't actually go through. The street doesn't go through, but if you look down there when the train's going by, you can see it. So just a minute ago, a train was going by blowing the whistle. A plane was flying over because there's a little independent airport behind us, and it got crazy here. But look at all of our bird feeders. It's a regular buffet. So we have more chard here, And that's a kohlrabi going to seed. And of course my rhubarb. I need to take all those seeds off of there. They're all nice and dried out. So I don't know, I guess you can start rhubarb from seed. So I'm gonna try that. Look at all these peppers. And those are lemon squash. And there's some zinnias there. And the trees I got from Stark Brothers are fabulous. All 5 made it. They're doing great. Here's some more peppers and okra. Yay for okra. That is, what's it say? Pink. That pink okra. These are all Baker Creek. This is heavy hitter okra. Super excited about that one. Oh, Jolly Jester marigolds. Lots of peppers. Another Jolly Jester. 8 tomatoes that look like they need staked up after I watered them. These are supposed to be tomatillos and cherry tomatoes, but nothing germinated or nothing made it, so I went ahead and restarted them in little bags, and I'll transplant them when they come up and they're looking good. And over here, oh yeah, sunflowers from the bird feeder. That's nice. Whoa, there's water. So this is a green zinnia. It's doing great, and that is a purple zinnia, and they are going to be magnificent. Ah, I'm getting wet. Radishes and more peppers, lots of tomatoes that need weeded, more tomatoes in that bed. There are 9 peppers in that bed over there. This bed's empty. I think I'm going to put some lettuce here. Haven't really decided. I thought that I needed more space. I guess I just needed more sunny space, because this space and that one over there don't get a lot of sun during the day. It gets already noon and that guy doesn't have anything. These are sweet potatoes and melons. These melons are going to go right here in these pots along this fence. I'm really trying to make use of all the vertical space I can. So I have 1, 2, there's a 3rd pot there where I'm gonna grow a couple different kinds of melon. Crazy thing is a kabocha squash, which is a kind of pumpkin, and that is, I think, just a regular pumpkin. There's a San Marzano tomato in it, needs staked up. We'll get to it. Oh, here's some, this is like butterfly, what was this? Milkweed. I put some butterfly bush out in the front, and I'm going to put some milkweed out there too for the monarchs. Hybrid peppers. I don't love container gardening. I feel like everything dries out so quick. But I had these containers and I had the pepper plants, so I thought I would use them. Here's an update on this little pocket system. I am not loving it. What's happening is if I don't water every day, see, it's already dry. I thought that these little reservoirs in here, so you could see that there's like a hole in there. You'd think like the water would stay in there, but it's just not. It's just not enough water. They dry out too quick. I think I'm gonna move this whole system over to the shady side over there. Yeah, these are all herbs. They probably like the sun, but they're not liking drying out between every water. And I'm trying to water them every day, but you can see that that's not really working. These guys are sad. I could have sworn I watered them yesterday too. Maybe I didn't. I probably need to. Of course, the time doesn't care, because it'll do whatever it wants. I think that's all the excitement right now. I just wanted to update you on the crazy bunny situation we had, and it's all taken care of and everybody's safe. And now we're talking about putting like a permanent fence up, because the electric fence that we have will keep the does in, but not the bucks, and definitely not the baby ones. And it does keep the chickens in, even though it's not electrified. So who knows what the deal is with that. I don't understand their brains. They're like, you know, the size of peanuts, so it doesn't always make sense. But so we're gonna put something a little more permanent in, maybe like a 4-foot permanent hardware cloth fence that will just be a yard for the bunnies and the chickens to run in, and then it'll have something on top so that they can't jump out. Like, I don't know if it'll do a hot wire or something that like leans in like prison style. That would be kind of funny. Like, sorry, bad bunnies have to stay in the prison yard. So we'll get that built out, and you know, not every idea works for every house and every homestead. And I've seen people keep bunnies on pasture and it works just great. It just didn't work here because and part of the issue was we just didn't have enough of the stuff they like to eat yet, because the idea that I had was, oh, the bunnies would eat everything down, the chickens would eat everything down, and then I would plant all the good stuff that they like. But I noticed that when when Calico was out running around, she was specifically looking for clover. And we don't have much clover in the back. We have a lot of creeping Charlie, and they don't like creeping Charlie. So the other thing I think I'm going to do when we build that little yard for them is I'm going to tarp it for a season and then plant all the stuff that they like. So they're super happy in there and they're having their nutritional needs met. So that's the update from Locust Street Cottage. Thanks for joining us. Bye.